Mutual Insurance.
I'm Stephen Portnoy in Helsinki, where the Trump-Putin summit gets underway at this hour. The two leaders arrived at the presidential palace here in the Finnish capital a short time ago. Earlier, the president told reporters the talks will go just fine. The two are scheduled to spend about 90 minutes together alone, with no one in the room but their interpreters. In an interview with CBS Evening News anchor Jeff Glor, the president took pains to set expectations for this summit low.
I don't expect anything. I frankly don't expect. I go in with very low expectations.
While there's no formal agenda for the talks, both men have things on their minds. Mr. Trump wants to talk nuclear arms reduction, Syria, and Ukraine. He says he'll bring up election meddling. Putin would like to see the U.S. scrap sanctions and end NATO training missions off his coast. Both men will tell the world how it went at a joint news conference set to take place here at the conclusion of their talks. I'm Stephen Portnoy in Helsinki. Now with more CBS News, here's Deborah Rodriguez.
The New York Times is reporting the Russian intelligence service suspected of U.S. election meddling was also behind a double poisoning in the U.K. CBS's Anne-Marie Green.
British investigators believe the March nerve agent attack on a former spy and his daughter was likely carried out by the Russian military intelligence service known as GRU.
The Justice Department announced indictments against 12 GRU officers Friday. The Kremlin denies involvement in either case. One firefighter has died trying to contain a wildfire that's burned 7 square miles near Yosemite National Park. CAL FIRE officials say Braden Varney was killed when his bulldozer overturned.
Firefighters know this is a dangerous job, but we don't ever want to lose one of them.
Spokeswoman Nancy Kaepernick says they'll try to retrieve his body again today. They say flames and steep terrain have made it difficult. Police in Chicago have released body cam video that shows a black man shot and killed by police had a holster around his waist with a gun in it. It also appears to show Harith Augustus reaching for that gun as he tries to get away from officers outside a store. CBS's Laura Podesta.
The video released by police is 30 seconds long and does not have any sound. So there are still many questions surrounding this deadly shooting, including why police approached this man in the first place.
Augustus' death set off violent protests on the city's south side. Celebrating France's World Cup soccer win quickly devolves into chaos on the streets of Paris. Tens of thousands of rowdy fans poured into the Champs-Élysées. Police in riot gear responded with tear gas when they threw bottles, rocks, and fireworks. S&P futures are unchanged. This is CBS News.
You have enough things to worry about every day. Insurance shouldn't be one of them. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
When posting on most job sites, you get candidates.
I'm the sales director you're looking for.
I'm the sales director you're looking for.
But when you post on Indeed.com, you get the candidates just right for you.
I'm a sales director with an MBA, over 10 years experience, who's also fluent in Japanese.
With Indeed, you can add screener questions for a less time-consuming route to your short list of qualified candidates.
Arigato.
Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire.
Let's talk about some premium trios like 3-piece suits and 3D movies. But those who choose premium at the pump choose Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline for triple action engine protection against gunk, corrosion, and wear for optimal engine performance. And now through September 2nd, Fuel Reward members can save up to 10 cents a gallon after every fill-up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. Rewards valid on future fill after minimum 5-gallon purchase. Members with silver status save up to 8 cents a gallon at participating Shell stations only. Limit 20 gallons. See fuelrewards.com/nitro for details.
There's an iceberg on the loose, and it's headed straight for Greenland.
A long iceberg that's broken off from a glacier has drifted 1/3 of a mile from a village in western Greenland, prompting a partial evacuation of its residents. It's feared that as massive chunks break off, it could cause a tsunami-like large wave that suddenly swamps low-lying areas. This iceberg, the size of Lower Manhattan, is estimated to weigh about 10 billion tons. It's natural for glaciers to lose ice in the summer, but as Greenland's waters have warmed, it's happening faster. Larry Miller, CBS News, London.
One of the Chinese-made products that would be affected by President Trump's latest round of threatened tariffs, his Make America Great Again hat. The owner of a California store that sells them says they go for anywhere between $9 and $12 now. But if those $200 billion in new taxes kick in later this summer, he warns, the price could roughly double to $20 or more. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Hey, Dave. You in for golf this weekend?
I can't. I promised I'd find a plumber to fix a sink and a painter to paint the...
Just use Angie's List.
Doesn't that cost money?
Not at all. It's free to find pros in your area who can do the work. You can even read ratings and reviews from other customers.
What about roofing pros?
Angie's List has pros for everything. And to save time, they'll even match you to the best pros for the job.
Oh, that's awesome. Looks like I'll be able to play after all.
Find the best pros for your next project at angieslist.com.
ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter posts your job to over 100 job boards with just one click, and then their smart matching technology finds the right candidates. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. To prevent muscle cramps in your legs and feet, use TheraWorks Relief. This fast-acting foam is clinically proven to relieve leg and foot cramps. Get TheraWorks Relief today at select Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid pharmacies or TheraWorksRelief.com. Ask your pharmacist for TheraWorks Relief.
U.S. Bank encourages you to think outside the square. U.S. Bank in Glasgow offers multiple solutions to take credit card payments from your phone or tablet. Yes, U.S. Bank can take your small business mobile. Call Irvin Sorrell at 659-3200 in Glasgow or Wes Mauser at 651-2106, or in Cave City, call Cheryl Davidson at 773-3112. Whether you're selling produce at the farmer's market or finalizing a construction project, U.S. Bank has a payment solution for you with 24/7 customer service. So think outside the square for your small business. It's all of us serving you. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
Good morning, everyone. It's 6:06 and 73 degrees here in downtown Glasgow as we get you kicked off for the week. I'm Wes Royce, filling in for my dad, Henry Royce. Over the weekend, Dad had a little bit of an episode. He's not feeling up to the weather. He doesn't really want us to be telling everybody kind of what's going on with him because the doctors still don't really know 100% sure. But I do know that my dad is a man of faith, and so I'd like to start off this morning by just saying a little prayer. If you all would just bow your heads if you're not driving down the road and pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for another chance to be a community today, Lord, and we thank you for all of the blessings that you've given us, and we ask you to pray for my dad, for Henry, and to pray for his well-being, and we know that you're watching over him, and we know that you have him in the best care that he possibly can. And Lord, we just thank you for watching over him, and we thank you once again for giving us this day to do your will, Lord. And we thank you for sending your son on the cross to die for our sins so that we could live with you in eternity. Once again, Lord, it's in your name we pray. Amen. And again, Lord, everybody, again, I don't want to answer the phone all morning telling everybody what's going on with Dad. Dad's doing fine. He's in great spirits. I'm sure he's watching this morning too. But he's just going to need to rest for a few days. So I'm going to be sitting in his chair until he feels like coming back, which could be pretty soon or could be a week or so. We don't know. But that's how we're going to get the morning started off right, is just looking to God for the answers and thanking him for each and every blessing that we have. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the weather forecast. Just a moment.
Want to stay in the know on what's going on with your Glasgow EPB? Just follow us on Twitter at Glasgow EPB or like us on Facebook at Glasgow Electric Plant Board and stay informed about new products, services, and money-saving tips. With a smartphone, you will also have access to constantly updated information during outages. For 50 years, we have been the vital service you depend on daily for your electric, cable, and internet needs, and we hope to provide you even more information and benefits through Facebook and Twitter. Join us today. We are your Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future faster.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Well, as you can tell on the WCLU roof cam there, that we have had some rain on the road this morning and possibly could have a little bit more over the next 36 hours. Jeff Eno with the Weather Channel tells us more in this week's Weather Channel forecast.
Storms on this Monday will be of the scattered variety, but we could see some heavy rain, maybe some gusty winds. Flooding may be a concern. We have seen some of the early fog, mostly cloudy skies. We are headed up to 88. Tonight, we back it down to a stray shower thunderstorm, and we drop the temperature back to 72 degrees. We turn partly cloudy. Tuesday, isolated showers and thunderstorms in the early part of the day. Early clouds giving way to sunshine, afternoon high 88. Mostly sunny Wednesday. Jeff Eno from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
All right, taking a look at the constant coverage in-studio radar. As you can see, up and down 65, it's pretty clear until you get up to around Elizabethtown. and that's where you'll see a light cell of showers there that are sort of scattering out as they move up into the northeast. Moving south there, closer to the Bowling Green area and closer to us, as you can see just to the east and northeast of us, the showers that came through about 20 minutes ago are now over there. So we'll keep an eye on the radar for you and keep an eye on those as well. Looking at the current conditions right now, we are at 94% humidity. The winds are calm. The barometer is at 30.0, and we've had 0.14 of an inch of rain in the last 24 hours. Now we're going to have our first check of local news live in the newsroom. It's News Director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Wes. A weekend fire claims the life of a Cave City woman. Cave City Volunteer Fire Department responded to a residence on Jenny Road on Saturday. When they arrived, they found the house had already partially collapsed. Cave City Fire Department was assisted at the scene by Park City and Highsville departments, along with the Barron County Sheriff's Office. Once they had extinguished the fire, they found a female occupant in the structure who was dead. The Barron County Coroner and the State Fire Marshal was then contacted to respond to the scene. The coroner transported the deceased to Louisville for autopsy. The woman has been identified as 63-year-old Christine Wilkins. The fire, according to the Cave City Fire Department, is still under investigation. All fire units had cleared the residence at around 7 o'clock. City of Glasgow could be getting a new interchange on the Cumberland Parkway in a special called meeting tonight. The City Council is expected to approve a resolution which would express the commitment of the City of Glasgow to contribute $100,000 to the project for the construction of a proposed Kentucky 249 interchange on the Parkway. This interchange will be around the Barron County High School, WKU Glasgow area. Barron County is applying for a 2018 U.S. Department of Transportation build grant that would fund the construction of the interchange with the Louis B. Nunn Parkway. And the City of Glasgow, according to the resolution, believes the construction project is vital to the economic development and sustained growth of both the City of Glasgow and Barron County. Well, you're never too young to make a difference. That's what a WKU student thought when a popular movie inspired her to help others when she was in elementary school. Amy Bingham has the story in this week's View from the Hill.
Today you guys are going to be helping deliver a bed for a place to sleep.
WKU sophomore Jessica Collins is talking about the nonprofit she founded shortly after seeing the movie The Blind Side.
Never had one before.
What, a room to yourself?
A bed.
I could not imagine not having a bed when Michael Orr received his very first bed.
That Christmas, instead of adopting an angel, she asked her school to help her find someone who needed a bed. The child they found lived in her own neighborhood.
That was shocking because I thought it was going to be so hard to find somebody that didn't have a bed. It's for a boy.
The need kept growing, and the ministry was quickly adopted by Jessica's church, First Presbyterian. Jessica's grandmother jumped in as logistics coordinator.
Some days it's pretty challenging, especially when you don't have what you need and you don't have the money to go buy it. That's where prayer and God comes in a lot of times because He makes it work.
With the help of youth groups, vacation Bible schools, and other volunteers, more than 1,500 beds have been delivered in and around Jessica's hometown of Shelbyville since 2009. Reporting for WCLU, I'm Amy Bingham.
Right now it's 6:13 a.m. on this Monday morning, 73 degrees.
Legendberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Legendberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Legendberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, Let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us, the People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
In more local news, juries convicted a Columbia man following a 5-day jury trial in U.S. District Court of arson and insurance fraud. The evidence introduced at trial did establish that the defendant, Stephen Allen Boo Pritchard, age 44 of Columbia, had hatched a plan with his girlfriend, co-defendant Brandy Wagner, to set a fire to their rental home in Columbia during the early morning hours of June 30th of 2011. The Adair County Fire Department arrived at the scene about 3 in the morning. While fighting the fire, volunteer fireman Charles Sparks suffered a heart attack on the second floor of the home. He was rushed to the hospital and died 8 days later. In addition to his service as a volunteer firefighter, he was also a longtime Kentucky State Fire Marshal. At the trial, Pritchard proved that an alibi that he was in Louisville delivering glass for his employer during the fire. However, federal prosecutors disproved this alibi by introducing cell phone location data obtained by the FBI. Several of the co-defendants' family and friends also testified that he had bragged about starting the fire in order to collect the $50,000 insurance policy. He'll be sentenced in Bowling Green in late October of this year in U.S. District Court. And last Thursday, the Warren County Sheriff's Office, acting on a drug tip, arrived at a residence on Glen Lily Road. When they arrived, they made contact with Julio Ortega and Marcelo Souza. Now, the heavy odor of marijuana, according to the Sheriff's Office, emanated from the home. They had then obtained a search warrant and executed that at the residence. They found over 2 pounds of marijuana, an amount of cocaine, and over $1,200 in cash. Both were arrested and lodged in the Warren County Jail. Julio Ortega faces charges of trafficking in marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, tampering with physical evidence, and drug paraphernalia. Marcelo Souza's alcohol intoxication, possession of a controlled substance, tampering with physical evidence, and endangering the welfare of a minor. Both were lodged in the Warren County Regional Jail. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs at 6:17 a.m., 73 degrees.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee. If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Health officials say hepatitis A is continuing to spread around Kentucky. The Kentucky Department for Public Health is reporting that there were 1,094 cases and 8 deaths from the outbreak as of the first week of July. Senator Rand Paul says he is not interested in holding the Russian Federation responsible for meddling in the 2016 presidential election.
We mistake our response if we think it's about accountability from the Russians. They're another country. They're going to spy on us. They do spy on us. They're going to interfere in our elections. We also do the same.
On CNN State of the Union Sunday, the senator said instead of pushing to hold the Russian government responsible, lawmakers should work to secure the upcoming elections. After nearly a week on the run, U.S. Marshals found escaped Martin County inmate 32-year-old Mark Crouch. Sheriff John Kirk tells WYMT Crouch assaulted a deputy jailer and stole his cruiser.
He's dangerous. Anybody that would do a transport officer that way, an unarmed man, a man that trusted him enough to let him ride in the front with him. Obviously, he wouldn't care to hurt somebody that he knew was trying to apprehend him and take him back to jail.
Crouch was caught early Saturday morning in Wayne County, West Virginia. The registered sex offender will need to face an extradition hearing before officials can bring him back to Kentucky. And police in northern Kentucky say a toddler has drowned in a backyard swimming pool. Boone County officials say 2-year-old Emmett Lay was pronounced dead Saturday night at a hospital. The young boy was with family at the home when he walked out the rear door and made his way down the ladder to the pool. Foul play is not suspected and the investigation is ongoing. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Fun
summer vibes at the Kentucky State Fair, August 16th through the 26th. Hear all your favorite tunes at the Texas Roadhouse Concert Series in the new Bluegrass Village. 11 nights, 26 bands, all free. Save money, get your half-price State Fair parking code and limited edition souvenir State Fair cup available at any Rally's location through August 15th. For tickets and info, visit kystatefair.org today. The Kentucky State Fair, presented by Rally's.
Bring back those summer vibes. Many of America's children have lost a parent in this war on terrorism. Who will guide these children through school and into adulthood? We must assume some of the responsibility and help the children of our gallant heroes. It's the least we can do. Please contribute to the American Legacy Scholarship Fund to assist the children of military personnel killed on or after September 11, 2001. For more information, call the American Legion at 317-630-1212 or visit our website at legion.org.
Donations may be tax deductible. Ask your tax advisor.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
In area funeral announcements of this hour, Brother Randall McPherson, age 90, of Burkesville, passed away Saturday at his home. He is survived by his wife Beatrice Brown McPherson, his daughters Vanita and husband Larry Smith of Bowling Green, and Cheryl and husband John Morrison of Elizabethtown. A son, Mark S. McPherson, and wife Jana Castle of Albany, his half-brother Roger and wife Ann Pickcock of Indianapolis, 6 grandchildren, 1 step-grandchild, and 3 great-grandchildren, with 2 step-great-grandchildren also surviving. Funeral services for Brother Randall McPherson will be conducted Thursday at 11 a.m. in the chapel of Norris New Funeral Home, with burial in the Christian Chapel Cemetery. The family will receive friends after 4 p.m. Wednesday until the funeral hour on Thursday. In lieu of flowers, contributions are appreciated to the Hospice of Lake Cumberland, located at 100 Parkway Drive in Somerset, Kentucky, 42503. Jacqueline Jackie Ann Russell, age 57, of Richmond, died Thursday. She was an LPN who touched many lives throughout her career in labor and delivery, cardiac care, and finally in long-term care. She is survived by 3 sisters, Pam Ryan of Glasgow, Angela Wooten of Glasgow, and Julie Staples of Munfordville. She also leaves behind her son, Jeremy Russell of Richmond, daughter Jennifer Clifton of Huntsville, Alabama, 2 granddaughters, Winford and Brianna Russell, and 1 grandson, Connor Clifton. Memorial services for Jacqueline Jackie Ann Russell will be held Tuesday from 11 until 3 at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home in Glasgow. The family asks for your prayers and support as they cope with this major and sudden loss. Funeral services for Gleda Fern Bartley Hall, age 71, of Burkesville, will be Tuesday at 11 a.m. in the Memory Chapel of Norris New Funeral Home. Burial will be in the Grider Memorial Cemetery. The family will receive friends after 5 p.m. this evening. Funeral services for Naomi Ruth Robertson Green, age 81, of Burkesville, will be at 3 p.m. today in the Memory Chapel of Norris New Funeral Home, with burial in the Burkesville Cemetery. Funeral services for Melody Sue Ferguson, age 64, of Glasgow, will be at 11 a.m. today at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, with burial in the Horse Cave Municipal Cemetery. Funeral services for Sally Diane Toms, age 61, of Smiths Grove, will be held at 1 p.m. today at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, with burial in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Memorial contributions may be made to the National Pancreatic Cancer Foundation. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man?
All right, let's turn to local sports where we have some exciting news that the Barron County Elite 9 and under team for baseball, the boys baseball team there, are your new state champions in the 9 and under divisions. That's the Barron County All-Stars champions of the 9 and under state championship tournament, which was held here at Jackie Browning Park this week as a big crowd turned out for that. We're going to pause now and show you a video we found on Facebook of the final out. Aaron, if you'll pod that up.
Hey man, so that. Hey. So let's hear real quick.
All right, and we're looking forward to hearing from some representatives from that team as we've sent a few messages out this morning, and we hope to hear more about that exciting game as we ought to be proud of our youngsters there. The Barron County 9 and under Elite All-Stars are your state champions in the state of Kentucky. Congratulations to Coach Drew Thompson and all the boys over there for an excellent representation of Barron County. Thank you so much, and that's a check of local sports.
Get his magic. The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Control. It's Aero Exterminators Pest Control.
All right, right now it's 73 degrees. We're approaching the half-hour mark in the 6 o'clock hour. And so right now we want to take your phone calls. If you have a birthday to get on the list for today, the Ralphie's Fun Center birthday list is coming up in just a moment. Our number is 270-651-9149. That's 270-651-9149. Give us a call. We'll be doing the birthday list here in just a moment. Stay tuned.
We're sorry. The party you have dialed is not accepting calls at this time.
Stop those scam robocalls with SCRTC's new robocall blocking service. And it's free for SCRTC residential customers that call and request the service. SCRTC is linked to a national database that constantly updates scam robocall numbers. While the new feature won't stop every call, it will significantly reduce the calls. Call SCRTC today and add robocall blocking service free to your current residential phone features. And let those scam callers hear that you are
not accepting calls at this time.
Bobby Lee Hurt with Hurt Auto Sales. We know why you're here. Tell us what you got.
A 2011 Toyota Tacoma 5-speed 2-wheel drive, only $8,900. 08 Chevy Tahoe, third row seat, 4x4, local trade, just $12,900. 09 Toyota RAV4, excellent condition, $8,900. An 06 Honda Ridgeline, 4-door, 4-wheel drive, automatic, $4,900.
For your next brand new used vehicle, you got to go see Bobby Lee Hurt at Hurt Auto Sales, where the motto is
no pain when you trade with Hurt.
Time is running out to register for Ralphie's European Excursion Day Camp. Get signed up now for the week of July 16th through the 20th for kids entering K through 7th grade. Enjoy daily challenge games including laser tag, bowling, mini golf, time freak, and dodgeball, along with wet and wild water games, plus educational projects and adventures. 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. with morning drop-off starting at 7:30. To sign up for day camp the week of July 16th through the 20th, call Robin McMurtry at 670-4431 or Ralphie's at 629-GAME.
Boy, doesn't that sound like a lot of fun. The European camp going on this week at Ralphie's Fun Center. They do a lot of cool stuff like that. They're not just open for business and letting you come, see their normal stuff. They try to do cool, fun stuff for the kids. We hope you'll take advantage of that this week out at Ralphie's Fun Center. Your Ralphie's Fun Center birthday list starts off with Sherry Jones. Happy birthday, Sherry. Also, Joe Michael Bunch, Amanda Duggar, Nikki Alexander, Deanne Slinker Phelps, Virginia Wallace, Tracy Bellamy, and Whitney Marie. Anniversaries for today, we have Roger and Norma Bunch. 58 years for Roger and Norma Bunch. Congratulations to the young couple. Also, Brooke and Casey Burris celebrating 6 years. It's Dick and Kathy Doty with an anniversary today. And also Wallace and Dixie Nunley. Congratulations and happy anniversary. Happy birthday to all of you folks out there. Again, if you have one to submit, the phone lines are open at 270-651-9149. We are patting on the back by special request today. David Gray Whitty. That's David Gray Whitty, who had a birthday last week, but he is good as gold today. Now, online at WCLUradio.com, this nomination was sent in from his wife, Patsy Whitty. She says he is a wonderful husband. He is an awesome dad. He is a very hard-working, honest guy, and his birthday, again, was last week. And what a great reason to be good as gold. So, David is now the first of 5 names that are going to be in our Little Taste of Texas cowboy hat. And his name is now entered into the drawing to win the free meal to a Little Taste of Texas, which we will give away on Friday when we draw the names out of the hat. All right, we'll be right back with a check of local weather right after this. When Fire Pit Spirits first opened in May, they set out to be a place of business that puts service above all else, and that's why they have a large staff to help you find what you need and then help you do your car when you're done. They strive to have the best selection in the county, and you can be the judge of that. They also wanted you to have the convenience of a drive-through window for when you're in a rush, or if the weather just doesn't suit you. With so many options, Fire Pit Spirits make sure they're equipped for professionalism and satisfaction. Happy Valley Road in Glasgow, Fire Pit Spirits, best service, best selection, best friends. And we're back here on Good Morning Live, WCLU. I'm Wes Royce, filling in for Henry Royce this morning. And it's 73 degrees. We're going to have a check of your local weather forecast with Jeff Eno from the Weather Channel. Jeff?
Storms on this Monday will be of the scattered variety, but we could see some heavy rain, maybe some gusty winds. Flooding may be a concern. We have seen some of the early fog, mostly cloudy skies. We are headed up to 88. Tonight, we back it down to a stray shower thunderstorm, and we drop the temperature back to 72 degrees. We turn partly cloudy. Tuesday, isolated showers and thunderstorms in the early part of the day. Early clouds giving way to sunshine, afternoon high 88. Mostly sunny Wednesday. Jeff Eno from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. As you can tell, we need a little bit of rain out there. It's going to have a little bit over the next 36 hours. Looking at the current conditions, we have experienced 0.14 of an inch of rain over the last 24 hours with the barometer sitting at 30.00. Winds are calm, and we have 94% humidity. Now taking a look at the constant coverage in studio radar. Let's take a look here, Aaron. It looks like it's pretty clear around our area right now, but if you'll go down to Tennessee there and look very far south, you can see as everything's kind of moving northeast, we could experience quite a bit of that. But as you see, as it's moving northeast, those larger cells are scattering out. So as Jeff Eno said, we have a chance of scattered showers, but also thunderstorms in the area. Looking up north up to I-65 between E-Town, Bullitt County, and Louisville, on up into the Indiana line, they have quite a bit of rain there, as well as over to the east of Lexington as you get closer to Ashland up there. there's quite a bit of rain up there. So we are good to go right now, which makes our morning drive fairly safe, but the roads are still a little bit slick, so keep that in mind. And when we come back here in just a moment, we're going to do some archiving. We're going to take you back 100 years. Stay tuned here on Good Morning Live.
Be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto? No problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow. That's right, it is time for the archives here on WCLU. We're going to play the archive song where Angela is on her way in here to the room. The archives, of course, brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services on Industrial Drive in Glasgow, because history is made by the hard work that stands the test of time. And one of the things that stands the test of time is the Harvest of History, which is coming up. Let's see, that is going to be September 21st and 22nd. And we've got a lot of folks in the community who are going to reenact some major players in our history. And right now, in the month of July, the South Central Kentucky celebrates Red, White, and Blue, a temporary exhibit of topics related to the Revolutionary War, George Washington, and the Constitution, and several of the Edmund Rogers DAR chapter artifacts and photographs. So, again, an exciting time at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center. Thanks to them for putting that stuff together for us. And we want to check with Angela Briggs. Angela, you ready to do some archiving? Angela? Okay. All right, so Angela's going to join us here in just a second. But let's start out with the year 1918, where we have
Sorry.
That's okay.
Breaking news and all.
Well, I mean, you know, we saw you hobbling in here, and, hey, we'll go give you extra time today.
Hobbling?
Well, I mean, not hobbling, but you were on crutches.
I was hobbling. Yeah. I'm getting better, though. I'm down to one crutch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I might not be kicking anything right now, but I'm still taking names.
Very subtle. I love it.
Not at all.
I love it. Well, as I said, 1918 is the first year we're starting with, and we have a major issue. Major issue.
We have not dog licenses again, is it?
No, but we have a shortage of teachers for rural schools of the county.
Okay.
It has reached the point where Glasgow teachers have gladly volunteered their services to teach in the country schools. They're calling them country schools back now.
Right.
Until the season opens here. So those who are helping are Miss Bessie Howard. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also have Miss Bessie DeWeese. You have Miss Ada Jameson and Miss Camilla Metter. And if you look here on the little one-sheeter we've got about the Harvest of History, we have somebody who is actually Peggy Goodman is going to portray Bess Howard, who was born in 1890 and died in 1975. She was a teacher, then became the first woman elected as the Barron County Clerk.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So, segueing from one to another, the Harvest of History, we'll harvest that again in the month of September, but Bessie Howard, definitely a name to remember.
For sure.
This day in 1928, a move is on foot to establish a cheese factory in Glasgow.
Wonder how that turned out.
Well, this would give a market for whole milk, and the farmers would get the whey back to feed the hogs. So, a very sustainable thing, which I know you are very
I love
knowledgeable
sustainability.
about. Yes. So that's what that's about. They were already doing that before it was cool, back in 1928. The survey of the cows within 10 miles of Glasgow is going to be made at once, and they're now ready for volunteers to get up a survey in each of the school districts, which would have been an easy way to sort of accumulate all of the various numbers as far as the dairy cattle.
Right.
So, big stuff in 1928.
For sure.
I think that's pretty cool. Very forward thinking. We'll move ahead to the year 1938, where some bad news here. Lightning has burned the barn of Dick Crenshaw. And it's an electrical storm that swept over this section of Barron County Monday evening and destroyed a large stock barn belonging to Mr. Dick Crenshaw. The building contained a quantity of feed and farm tools. About the same time, lightning struck a large stock barn owned by Mr. Roy Hume over at Railton, and followed the four corner posts to the ground, splintering the posts, but apparently not injuring the mules, which had been confined to the barn for use the next day. And that's actually quite astonishing, because, you know, mules are subject to being in a state of shock, not the electrical kind.
Right. Just the stubborn.
But apparently no injuries there, but certainly I'd hate to be the mules in the barn.
I know, that's right.
Because they've got nowhere to go, and they're surrounded by electricity.
They're just stuck.
So, thankful for that. But 1938, big news there for Dick Crenshaw and Roy Hume. This day in 1948, I'm excited about this one, Angela.
Okay.
Walter D. Aspley. You know the Aspley name?
Right.
He's been granted provisional permit by the Glasgow City Council for construction of a theater on the lot between Main and Water Streets.
Well.
Between Penny's and Glasgow Sales Buildings. And the Aspley family are well known for building those theaters in downtown Glasgow, most notably the Plaza Theater, which was constructed around that time as well. So that's a big deal.
Definitely a big deal.
And they're calling it Penny's. Do you think that's short for J.C. Penney's?
Maybe. I would say so.
It's just interesting that they would go ahead and give it the Glaswegian term.
God, I don't like Glaswegian.
Of pennies.
Glaswegian's a weird word.
But I know. But I mean, Glasgowian.
Somebody from Glasgow. I'll just say it like that. Glaswegian.
That's better. That's better. I like the way you do it.
Yeah, there you go.
So I was looking forward to reading that, because, you know, Forsyth, looking back years later, theater's still downtown, still bringing in tourism.
Still got the same chairs.
And I heard it was a killer show this weekend at the Muscadine Bloodline show. So
I did too. I thought it was a very good show.
Yeah. So we'll skip ahead, 60 years ago, 1958. Extensive expansion of facilities for the Rural Library and Bookmobile program is under construction at the library property on West College Street. It is expected that the new facilities and further announcement concerning the program will be ready for announcement around September the 1st. So, again, education, resources expanding once again here in our wonderful community. And the library, and it was still on College Street for many years, up until it moved over to South Green.
Right.
And I spent a lot of time there.
Did you?
I didn't learn anything.
Yeah, I learned nothing. I was just there.
It's just, I could ride my bike there. I lived on Leslie Avenue. It was pretty easy. So.
There you go.
Quick story here out of 1968. The Glasgow Scotty Marching Band will be marching in the Banana Festival.
In the what?
The Banana Festival, which is in the twin cities of Fulton, Kentucky, and South Fulton, Tennessee.
How do you have a banana festival?
Well,
I mean, they even grow bananas there?
I mean, it's a little further south. Maybe the climate would adhere to that.
It's so random.
Banana Festival. Hey, if they can't grow them there, they could surely make a daggone good banana pudding.
There you go. Maybe that's what they celebrate.
Let's start a Twitter poll, Aaron. Banana pudding, hot or cold?
Do it, Aaron.
I'm cold. I vote cold. I like it cold.
I vote. I don't vote.
You're still on that electrical shock.
I don't know what this has been a crazy morning.
Yes, it has been.
It really has been. Thank goodness for Danny and my cup of coffee.
Shout out Danny Decker.
And Danny's on Team Angela.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got my back.
We already knew that.
Dude, he's got my back and not way
He's
on
already
back.
calling you Madam Mayor.
I'm saying we're planning you know how they do guerrilla warfare?
I don't know personally, but
But you've heard about it. I want to do like a guerrilla takeover.
That could be.
But that's what Danny wants me to do.
That could be dangerous.
You have no idea how dangerous that could be.
Well, I've got a twofer here. Speaking of out of the normal, from 1978. The first one on July 12th of 1978 is free movies offered at the Marywood Weldon Library Thursday at 3 p.m. And the second story is some names y'all are going to realize or recognize. Lou Gehrig champs are the Chicks. That's right, the Chicks.
You know, Chicks would win.
Yeah, the Chicks. My dad was on the Chicks actually back in the day, and they were. Dad was actually a really good baseball player. But this was after his day. Of course, Dad was been at Western Kentucky University at this time, but they were still using the name the Chicks. And here's who was on the team. You had Russell Lynn, Tom Baker, David Crenshaw, Corey Jones, Brad Kessler, Marty Martin, Sean Rigsby, Scott Adwell, Joey Botts, and John Alexander. And the coaches were Jerry Botts, and assistant coach was Max Martin.
Well.
And most of those guys still live here and are very active in the community in a number of different ways. But neat that we're looking back on those Lou Gehrig champs, because that's the same age division as our Barron County Elite team, which are your 9 and under state champions, by the way. Woot woot.
Hey, I've got an update on the Banana Festival.
What's up with that?
Thank you, Mr. Wendell Honeycutt. He said they brought their bananas up in the river and had the largest banana pudding in the world.
Oh, really? Was it hot or cold?
I'm thinking it's probably hot.
I'd say so if it was in July.
I was going to say.
It may have started out cold.
They imported them from South Africa.
Oh, wow.
South America, not South Africa. I'm sorry, South America. I'm not even reading right this morning.
That's okay.
I need a big reset button.
It's Monday. Just get it fixed by tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, I'll try.
Right.
Doubt it. It's not looking good. Wednesday, maybe.
That'll work. But, so that's cool. Thank you, Wendell. Of course, his father was band director, I'm sure, at that time, before he was mayor of Glasgow. And so Wendell's definitely got the history on.
You know, I heard somebody the other day talking about Honeycutt style politics. Said that said they loved Charlie Honeycutt. Said because it didn't matter what it was. If he wanted it done, it was going to be done.
There you go.
And it didn't matter.
And a lot of the things that he did are still paying off.
Right. Come hell or high water, as they say.
911, the Plaza Theater.
He'd go through both of them.
Yeah, he was a great man. I do remember him well, very well. All right, this day in 1988. We have Dr. Jerry Smith, who was announced is going to be the new minister of the First United Methodist Church on South Green Street. And folks will remember Dr. Jerry Smith for sure. That was 1988. That was 30 years ago on this day. We skip forward to 1998, where Cecil Glass, a local realtor, has joined the Coldwell Bankers Long Hunters Realty office. Cecil, well-known realtor around here for a very long time. He was my neighbor twice.
Right.
He was my neighbor on Brookdale, and he was my neighbor on Winter Circle.
Really?
So he's a nice guy. And I'll tell you another thing about Cecil. When he was my neighbor and it did snow, he'd get on the four-wheeler and he had an implement, a shovel that he'd put on there in the front, and he'd go around and shovel off the ice and the snow from everybody's driveway.
Well, that's pretty cool.
How cool is that? I'm
saying, unless you were somebody that didn't want to get out, like you wanted to call into work.
Well,
then you're like, hey, skip my driveway.
Like, when do we actually get to call into work, Angela?
I'm going to tell you right now. There'd be 2 feet of snow. We'd find it here.
When it snows, I mean, that's when we come in.
Yeah, there you go. Ain't that it?
And then in 2008, we'll wrap up with one name here from 2008. Everybody will remember Brianna Hammer. Brianna Hammer was named the 2008 Miss Farmers REC pageant winner. And a scholarship goes along with that. And those scholarships paid off and paid for a lot of kids to go to school and further their education. And it's amazing how many of those people actually came back and added to their community in whatever way, whether they were teachers or lawyers or whatever. It's a very interesting thing that our cooperative does here.
For sure.
We're happy to have it. So,
and I just want to say real quick, I was totally wrong about that Glasgow City Council meeting time.
Okay, what's up with that?
This morning.
Okay, what time?
It's 9:30 a.m.
9:30 a.m.? All right, well, we'll be sure and stream that out. on behalf of the EPB. We'll be sure and stream that out on our Facebook.
Aaron, that means you.
Well, or I could do it. Hey, shout out to some folks watching this morning. I want to say shout out to Charlotte Glass, Micah Pence. We got Tammy Wells, C.J. Bush, my old classmate and one of my best friends ever, Matt Moore, Joseph Perry, Tanya Moore, Shannon Fainza, Todd Steenbergen, Becky Waller, Brenda Thompson, Greg Barnard, Krista Ross, Joe Myers, our sports director, my cousin Mike Cornelius, Mike C's, what we call him, my brother from Munfordville, Brian King, Brooke Hedrick, William Travis, Bobby Stevens, Claudia Kuykendall, Paul Biggers III, Melissa Smith, Sheila Hogue, Nicole Walden, Justin Allen, John Kirk Fry.
God, those awesome people.
Jeffrey Scott Mitchell, Ann Grant Underwood, Sonia Coulter, Emily Jesse, Andy Couch, Alice Lane, Rex Harlow, Rhonda Underwood, Emily Gilson Knight, Daniel Crane, Lana and Neva Ray Miller, Allison Campbell, Stacy Hammer, Chastity Lowry, Nicole Vitito, Debbie Logston, Michael Hale, Donita Runyon, and Jamie Lowe are all watching at some point or another during the morning show. And we're just 50 minutes in, Angela.
Well, there you go.
Also, shout out to Fran McCracken, who I know they had a big class at Unique Gifts this weekend for the jewelry making. So that was cool. Right. So again, let's play that archive song again.
Let's play it.
Because you just can't end it without it. Especially on a Monday when we can't talk.
Right, for real.
The archives are brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services on Industrial Drive because, Angela,
history is made by the hard work that stands the test of time.
It's 6:51, 73 degrees, trivia and weather next.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this.
Hey, Aaron. Thank you, bud. I got Billy Wright on the phone. Billy, how's it going?
That's okay this morning. Had a little shower earlier.
Well, I've often thought about starting a segment called After the Archives, because we always get these calls, especially when us young guns do the archives. We don't quite remember everything, nor do we have the wisdom and knowledge that our predecessors do. But tell us what you can say about Fulton.
Well, Fulton, Kentucky, and South Fulton, Tennessee, is the banana capital of the United States. They import the bananas from South America. They have a huge warehouse there, and they distribute them out across the United States from Fulton, Kentucky.
That's amazing. So most likely, if you're eating a banana, it came from Fulton first?
It came through Fulton, yes.
It came through Fulton.
Yep.
I had 3 bananas over the weekend. And maybe that's why I was full. Because it came from Fulton. All right, Billy.
Jerry Clowers just told a good story about his first banana.
All right.
He and his brother were going on a train going to some eastern part of the United States for basic training for the military, and their mom had packed them a lunch to eat. They had a banana apiece. That's the first banana they'd ever had. And they was going through a tunnel. His brother peeled a banana to eat when he went through a tunnel. So he said, "Jerry, have you eaten your banana yet?" "No." He said, "Well, don't eat it." He said, "I ate one. I went completely blind."
That sounds like a good, clean Jerry Clowers humor right there.
That's right.
Well, Billy, we're going to keep the clock rolling here. Thank you for adding that to our program this morning. We're going to have trivia coming up next, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, have a good day, sir.
You too. Bye.
Trivia next.
Are you looking for a...
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us, the People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson.
Right, one of my favorite traditions, Bounty of Barron's Farmers Market, where you can get your local produce. Little did we know is that, speaking of produce, bananas. All right, so upon hearing that the Twin Cities are hosting a banana festival, many reply with, "Why bananas?" Well, while it is true that the weather is not conducive to growing bananas, the Twin Cities have had a great impact on bananas in the U.S. In the year about 1880, the Illinois Central Gulf Railroad was the first to develop refrigerated cars. Suddenly, those not living in tropical regions could have the same fruits year-round that others enjoyed. So that's a big improvement there. And then Fulton, Kentucky at the time was home to a large railroad facility and became the redistribution point for the railroad because of its central location between New Orleans and Canada. So those refrigerated cars were going both north and south to Canada and then down to New Orleans. The United Fruit Company, now Chiquita Banana. I remember that song. It's a Chiquita banana. Began shipping bananas from South America.
Oh, wow. What was that?
I'm not doing that again. Just Google it.
No, your Chiquita thing.
Yeah, something like that. So I'm reading your text, Angela. Bananas were loaded onto cars on top of 162-pound blocks of ice. 162-pound blocks of ice. Fulton had the only ice house on the route north to Chicago. So that's why the Banana Festival. And of course, when you have these festivals, they're supposed to celebrate something that is pivotal, to your economy.
Right.
Which bananas were a big deal for the economy in Fulton.
I think it's pretty cool.
And I think it's cool the Glasgow band was invited to a march there back in 1978.
Aaron, how's that Twitter poll coming?
He's not responding currently.
Yeah, he knows I can't run down there.
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, before we get to trivia, let's take a look at the weather forecast. Here's Jeff Eno with the Weather Channel.
Storms on this Monday will be of the scattered variety, but we could see some heavy rain, maybe some gusty winds. Flooding may be a concern. We have seen some of the early fog, mostly cloudy skies. We are headed up to 88. Tonight, we back it down to a stray shower thunderstorm, and we drop the temperature back to 72 degrees. We turn partly cloudy. Tuesday, isolated showers and thunderstorms in the early part of the day. Early clouds giving way to sunshine, afternoon high 88. Mostly sunny Wednesday. Jeff Eno from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. Looking at the constant coverage in-studio radar, as you can see once again, the rain is either east or northeast of us or directly north. But if you scroll down south of Clarksville, Tennessee, you can see that there may be some coming. We don't know if it's going to actually travel in our pathway, and that's why they're given such a low percentage. But with the clouds in the skies and things like that, it's just something to be aware of today. Also, taking a look at the current conditions, we're at 94% humidity, winds are calm, and the barometer is at 30.00. We've experienced 0.14 of an inch of rain, and if you're like me, your grass needed the rain. It was starting to get a little brown. So right now we're looking at 73 degrees as we approach the 7 o'clock hour. We'll take a quick break and we'll have trivia up next.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Matthew 7, verse 1. Judge not, lest ye be judged. And most of the time they use this when their own sinful behavior has been pointed out. Should someone say, this action is sinful, that action is sinful, you must stop or you have to deal with God, they'll say, judge not, lest ye be judged. They need to drop down in Matthew 7 and read verse 21. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but the one who does the will of my Father who's in heaven. Verse 22, on that day many will say, didn't we prophesy in your name? Verse 23, I'll say, I never knew you. Depart. This has been Bart Warren for South Green Street Church of Christ.
When the skies are gray and the weather won't cooperate, think of all the great days that lie ahead. And one company can make every day better. Time Savers. Whether you need a little help or a lot, a ride to the grocery store or to the airport, a load of laundry washed or meals prepared, a week of round-the-clock care, or months of a few hours a day, Time Savers is the only service that does it all. I'm Elizabeth Downing, and we have built Time Savers to reflect everything we want for our own families. So chase away the clouds and let Time Savers brighten your days. Call us at 270-792-5703 or go to mytimesaversky.com. That's 270-792-5703 or mytimesaversky.com.
All right, it's time to play trivia here on WCLU. Trivia, of course, for pretty much most of the last 29 years, at least 28 of the 29 years, is brought to you by Long John Silver's, where we got the real deal.
Welcome to Long John Silver's, home of our new $5 Real Deal box. Dive into our wild-caught 100% Alaskan whitefish, natural-cut fries, hush puppies, dessert, and a drink.
Long John Silver's is putting burgers on notice with our hand-battered and fried to perfection Alaskan whitefish sandwich, fries, Cinepuffs, and a drink for just $5.
It's our $5 Real Deal box. Because at Long John Silver's, you deserve more.
The $5 Real Meal Deal is the real deal. Long John's, Glasgow, and Cave City.
Two 270-651-9149. Who can answer today's trivia question? The Men's Wimbledon Open Tennis Championship wrapped up this weekend, where Novak Djokovic, as you heard on CBS Sports, is your winner. Here's the question for today. What was the last year someone not named Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, or Andy Murray won the Wimbledon's Open Tennis Championship? And what was his name? This is a two-part question. 270-651-9149. Again, what year was the last time someone not named Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, or Andy Murray won the Wimbledon Open Men's Championship? And what was that tennis player's name? The number to call is 270-651-9149, and we're looking for a two-part answer here. Again, What year was the last time someone not named Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, or Andy Murray won the Men's Wimbledon Open Tennis Championship, and what was his name? 270-651-9149. As I know the folks are Googling right now. And we'll go to the phone lines for our first caller. Good morning, trivia.
1983.
It was not 1983. Give me the year first, and if you get the year right, I'll ask you for a name, okay? 270-651-9149. This is a two-part question. What year was the last time someone not named Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, or Andy Murray won the Wimbledon Men's Championship, and what was the tennis player's name? Good morning, trivia.
1990.
It was not 1990. Again, 4 guys over the last so many years have been the only people to win the Wimbledon Championship. I want to know the last time somebody not named Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, or Murray won it, and who actually won it besides them. Good morning, trivia.
2002.
And what was the tennis player's name?
Leighton Hewitt.
That's correct. Who am I speaking with?
Melanie Watson.
Hey, Melanie, how are you doing?
Well, I'm just great. Google works.
Melanie Watson, you're on the ball. I know you Googled. That's okay, because, I mean, the phone wasn't ringing for a while, and it's not the kind of thing people would know unless you watched Sports Center this weekend. But Leighton Hewitt, who was a very good tennis player in his own right, he's the last person to win Wimbledon, not named Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, or Murray. So, and of course, Andy Murray gets a lot of the hometown love too, so he's got home court advantage at Wimbledon.
Absolutely.
So, Melanie, you doing okay this morning?
I'm doing great.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. And you come on by and see us, and we'll send you out to Long John Silver's. It's the real deal going on down there. We appreciate you tuning in to WCLU this morning.
You're quite welcome.
Okay, well, have a great day, Melanie.
Thanks, Brad. You too.
Bye-bye. That is Melanie Watson correctly answering. It was Leighton Hewitt in the year 2002, who was the last person not named Nadal, Djokovic, Andy Murray, or Roger Federer. So, there you go. Coming up in just a moment, we're going to have a look at our local news. Right now, a word from CBS, and we're going to get to hear from the coach of the Barron County 9 and under team in the sports. Stay tuned.
CBS News special report. Late for the summit, but President Putin has finally arrived. Putin's plane touched down in Helsinki about a half an hour ago, which could delay his sit-down with President Trump. Correspondent Stephen Portnoy in Finland.
They've met a couple of times on the sidelines of international summits, but this is the first tete-a-tete set up exclusively for Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. While there's no formal agenda for the talks or any expectation of agreements coming out of this summit, both men have things on their minds. Mr. Trump wants to talk arms reduction, Syria, and Ukraine. He says he'll bring up election meddling. Putin would like to see the U.S. scrap sanctions and end NATO training missions off his coast.
Republican Congressman Trey Gowdy tells CBS's Face the Nation the president should demand Putin send the 25 Russians indicted in the Mueller probe to the U.S.
I don't think it's a witch hunt. I've never thought it was a witch hunt. We now have 2 series of indictments against Russians, one for the social media, the other for the unlawful intrusion.
CBS News special report.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU-FM Unfordville, W253BN Glasgow, services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
For many years, residents of Glasgow got used to their friendly postman, Rollin Dixon.
I delivered all over town. I was the swing man. I delivered 5 different routes.
A kind word and a smile were his trademark. But there's a little-known fact about his smile.
My teeth have always been bad.
Rollin wanted his teeth fixed. He researched dental implants, and he got Dr. Jim Thurman to get the job done.
I got my first one in 2014. I have 5.
5 implants?
When I got one tooth fixed and got my cap on it and everything, then it wouldn't be 2 months till another one would go out. I'd break off.
What really was Rollin's incentive?
It's hard to eat when you can't chew food. I love steak if it's a good tender steak. But now if it's a tough steak, it makes my teeth sore. I do better with these.
Dr. Jim Thurman and his staff explained the entire process and made it enjoyable.
I always look forward to going out there and joking around with them. We always had a big time whenever I went. And, of course, he was right in the middle of it usually.
And that's right where he loves to be. Call 651-5939 and get started. Dr. Jim Thurman and Dr. Amy Cassidy.
I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird. As recent history tells us, disasters can happen.
It's impossible to prepare for everything, but it is possible to prepare for what happens next.
And that's where we come in. At ISU Pettigo-Lessenberry Insurance Agency, we can provide you with many options as an independent agency.
And it's our job to make sure you know about all the what-ifs so that your policy has you prepared for what happens next.
So just ask us. We'd be honored that you did. Just give us a call at 651-8837.
We're ISU Pettigo-Lessenberry Insurance Agency.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
It's spring sale time at Bailey Gibson, and Dad's got the prices you're looking for. New incentives are being offered on many GMCs and Buicks on the lot. We hope you're looking for a new car or truck, because we're looking for good trade-ins. Bring your used car or truck to Bailey Gibson, and we'll offer you a better deal than you can get anywhere around. Stop by and check out our spring savings event now underway at Bailey Gibson in Glasgow. Lola, what do you say?
We're having a springtime sale at Bailey Gibson. Give my dandy a call on his flip phone for a great deal.
There are exciting things happening at Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic. This is nurse practitioner Brittany Jackson, and yes, the moving and unpacking are complete. Everything is set up, and we are ready to start taking care of you and your family at our new location, 1214B North Race Street. We are so excited for you to come see our new facility on the corner of North Race and Professional Park, directly across from TJ Sampson Hospital. We have bigger exam rooms, more parking, and even some new faces. Samantha and I want to introduce you to our new office staff, Kim Fogel, who will be the voice you hear on the phone when you call and who will assist you with scheduling appointments and requesting refills. Even though our location has changed, what has not changed is our commitment to personal, individualized care for our patients. Our motto is hometown healing, and that is one thing that will never change or be compromised. Our phone number is still the same, 270-629-6722, and our door is always open for new patients. Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic. We are looking forward to seeing you at our new location, 1214B North Race Street in Glasgow. Call today to set up your appointment.
Good morning, everyone. Right now it is 7:11. We'll be still holding on at 73 degrees right now. Let's go live to the newsroom with your next check of local news. Here's Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Wes. Weekend fire claims the life of a Cave City woman on Saturday afternoon. Cave City Volunteer Fire Department responded to 720 Jenny Road after receiving a report of a house fire. When firefighters arrived, they found the structure was completely engulfed in flames and part of it had collapsed. Once the fire was put out, the body of a deceased female, identified as 63-year-old Christine Wilkins, was found inside. The Barron County Coroner's Office transported the body to Louisville for an autopsy. The fire is still under investigation. Cave City firefighters were assisted by the Park City and Highsville Volunteer Fire Departments, the Barron County Sheriff's Office, the Barron County Coroner's Office, and the State Fire Marshal's Office. Barron County could be getting a brand new exit off the Louis B. Nunn Parkway. The Glasgow City Council will have a special called meeting this morning at 9:30. They're expected to pass a resolution which will express the commitment of the City of Glasgow to contribute $100,000 to a project for construction of a proposed 249 interchange with the Louis B. Nunn Cumberland Parkway. According to the resolution, Barron County is applying for a 2018 U.S. Department of Transportation build grant that would fund the construction of this proposed interchange with the parkway. And according to the resolution, the City of Glasgow believes the construction project is vital to economic development and sustained growth in both Glasgow and Barron County. This resolution would show support and commitment to the construction project, a successful grant application process by committing money to the endeavor. Again, the Glasgow City Council special called meeting will be this morning at 9:30 in the City Council chambers in downtown Glasgow. You can catch the live stream of the City Council meeting online, WCLUradio.com, watch WCLU, and on WCLU Radio's Facebook page. You're never too young to make a difference, and that's what a WKU student thought when a popular movie inspired her to help others when she was in elementary school. Amy Bingham has the story in this week's View from the Hill.
Today you guys are going to be helping deliver a bed for a place to sleep.
WKU sophomore Jessica Collins is talking about the nonprofit she founded shortly after seeing the movie The Blind Side.
Never had one before.
What, a room to yourself?
A bed.
I could not imagine not having a bed when Michael Orr received his very first bed.
That Christmas, instead of adopting an angel, she asked her school to help her find someone who needed a bed. The child they found lived in her own neighborhood.
That was shocking because I thought it was going to be like so hard to find somebody that didn't have a bed. It's for a boy.
The need kept growing, and the ministry was quickly adopted by Jessica's church, First Presbyterian. Jessica's grandmother jumped in as logistics coordinator.
Some days it's pretty challenging, especially when you don't have what you need and you don't have the money to go buy it. That's where prayer and God comes in a lot of times because He makes it work.
With the help of youth groups, vacation Bible schools, and other volunteers, more than 1,500 beds have been delivered in and around Jessica's hometown of Shelbyville since 2009. Reporting for WCLU, I'm Amy Bingham.
Right now it's 7:14 a.m., 73 degrees.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Glasgow Independent Schools. Guide, inspire, succeed.
In more local news, a jury has convicted a Columbia man following a 5-day jury trial in U.S. District Court on charges of arson and insurance fraud. The defendant set the fire which destroyed his home in order to collect a $50,000 rental insurance policy. The evidence introduced at trial, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, established that the defendant, Steve Allen Boo Pritchard, age 44 of Columbia, had hatched a plan with his girlfriend, co-defendant Brandy Wagner, to set a fire to their rental home in Columbia during the early morning hours of June 30th of 2011. The Adair County Fire Department arrived at the scene. While fighting the fire, volunteer fireman Charles Sparks suffered a heart attack on the second floor of the home. He was rushed to the hospital and died 8 days later in July of 2011. In addition to his service as a volunteer firefighter, he was a longtime Kentucky State Fire Marshal. At the trial, Pritchard had provided an alibi. He was in Louisville delivering glass for his employer during the fire. However, federal prosecutors disproved his alibi by introducing cell phone location data obtained by the FBI. Several of the co-defendants' family and friends also testified that Pritchard had bragged about starting the fire in order to collect the $50,000. He'll be sentenced in October of this year. The Warren County Sheriff's Office confiscates over 2 pounds of marijuana. Thursday night, the Warren County Sheriff's Office responded to Glen Lily Road after they'd received a drug tip. When they arrived, they made contact with Julio Ortega and Marcelo Souza. According to the Sheriff's Office, a heavy odor of marijuana emanated from the home. They then obtained a search warrant and went inside, where they found over 2 pounds of marijuana, cocaine, and over $1,200. Souza and Ortega were both arrested and lodged in the Warren County Regional Jail. Ortega faces trafficking in marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, tampering with physical evidence, and drug paraphernalia. And Souza was charged with alcohol intoxication, possession of a controlled substance, tampering with physical evidence, and endangering the welfare of a minor. Be sure to tune into our sports this morning, as we'll be speaking with the 9 and Under State Championship Barron County Elite All-Stars coach Drew Thompson. The team won the championship over the weekend. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. It's 7:18 a.m., 73 degrees.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. A salad scare in the Midwest has McDonald's voluntarily pulling salads from the menu in hundreds of stores, including those in Kentucky. ABC's Michelle Franzen has more.
Don't eat the salad. That's what McDonald's is telling customers in the Midwest after public health authorities from Iowa and Illinois received some 90 cases of cyclospora infections in Midwest states starting in mid-May. In a statement, the fast food chain says it's voluntarily stopped selling salads in at least 14 Midwest states. The parasite can contaminate food and water through feces. McDonald's estimates roughly 3,000 restaurants are without the salad until it can find another supplier. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
A Kentucky man has been convicted of setting a house fire that led to a firefighter's death. A federal jury in Bowling Green convicted 44-year-old Steve Allen Pritchard last week of charges of mail fraud and arson that caused a death. Columbia Fire Department Assistant Chief Charles Sparks had a heart attack while inside a burning house on June 30th, 2011. He died 8 days later. Senator Rand Paul says he has no interest in holding the Russian Federation responsible for meddling in the 2016 presidential election.
What we need to do is make sure our electoral process is protected. And I think because this has gotten partisan and it's all about partisan politics, we've forgotten that really the most important thing is the integrity of our election.
While visiting CNN State of the Union Sunday, Senator Paul also defended his vote against reaffirming the American commitment to NATO in the Senate. An escaped Eastern Kentucky inmate's days of running are over. Authorities in West Virginia say they arrested 32-year-old Mark Crouch on Saturday. Crouch is accused of overpowering a Martin County jailer last week and escaping in the officer's vehicle. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
It's the Kentucky State Fair presented by Rallies, August 16th through 26th. From big music acts to amazing rides, we've got great summer vibes. Get a half-price State Fair parking code and limited edition souvenir cup at any Rallies through August 15th. Visit kystatefair.org. It's the Kentucky State Fair presented by Rallies, August 16th through the 26th. From big music acts on the Texas Roadhouse Concert Series stage to rides, food, and the World's Championship Horse Show, we've got great summer vibes for all ages. For tickets, visit kystatefair.org.
Hey everybody, in an effort to raise awareness of traffic safety laws and to encourage safe driving habits, I'm here to remind you of the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety's Blue Lights Across the Bluegrass Summer Enforcement Campaign. I'm Matt Jones, and with the current travel season, we're reminding all drivers of their responsibilities behind the wheel. Don't speed, don't drive impaired or distracted, wear your seatbelt. It's not only the law, but it's your best defense against injury and death. We don't want to write tickets, but we want to save lives. So always obey the law. No exceptions, no excuses.
Turn to local sports as we have exciting news for the youth in our community. The 9 and under Barron County Elite All-Stars are your state champions, and I am joined by their assistant coach, Drew Thompson. Drew, how are you this morning, sir?
Doing good, Wes.
It's good to hear from you this morning. Of course, you and I grew up playing home run derby in your backyard, and now you have your children of your own, and they are seeing success at the Little League level. Talk a little bit about the tournament and what that was like from the first round to the final round and how you actually made it to the state tournament.
We, as a team, played district, and we won district in Allen County by beating Allen County. And then starting the state tournament, we had pool play on Wednesday and Thursday. We ended up going 1-1 and getting a 2 seed. Ended up getting a really tough draw, and had to beat the 3 probably best teams out of the 10 along with us in the state tournament.
Now, who was that?
And that was first round we had Henderson County, really solid fundamental team, played a lot of small ball, and we were able to beat them. I believe it was 6-2 in that game. Then the next game probably played the overall favorite, everybody thought, out of the tournament, which was Owensboro, Western Owensboro. Shut them out by a score of 5-0, I believe. And then in the championship, we played Litchfield, and we won by a score of 10-3. Probably played our most complete 3 games in a row that we played in a long time. Overall, the kids just, they showed a lot of grit, and that's what we've been preaching to them, trying to get them to just put complete games together, and man, they did it. They put 3 of the best games that we have played in a long time together, and we couldn't be more proud of them.
I mean, you guys pretty much owned Facebook this weekend. It was incredible. Like, you couldn't go 2 or 3 posts without seeing something about it. Actually, we stole the video from you and your wife's Facebook account. I'm going to have Aaron pod that up now. We're going to show the final out of the 9 Under championship game. And, Aaron, we're going to play that right now, bud. That is awesome. That is so cool. The kids having the time of their life, all the hard work, and of course the parents too. You know, they put so much time and traveling and money. You guys raise money to be able to play in all these tournaments, and what a payoff for these kids, Drew.
Absolutely. We are really proud of our kids. You know, they do what we ask them, and they work hard at getting better every day. And top to bottom, every single one of them contributed. And like I said, we couldn't ask for a better group of kids, and we're super proud of them, the way they represented Barron County and themselves this weekend.
Now, you're the assistant coach. The head coach is Tommy Brown, is that right?
That's right.
Who are the other coaches?
So Scotty Potter and Russell Hernandez are the other coaches.
Okay.
And so, and then the kids, we're going to make sure we recognize the kids.
Yeah, I'm going to have Aaron put the picture on full screen while you go through the roster there.
All right. Bryce Thompson, Spencer Brown, Skylar Potter, Caleb Reese, Baylor Browning, Nash Pointer, Hannah Wilson, Trapper Vincent, Tyler Persley, Dylan Pointer, and Wyatt Walker.
What a crew, a good-looking crew with their first-place trophies, celebrating what, is this going to be the last tournament for you guys this year, or will you be moving on?
Well, actually, because we won, we've got an invitational to regional, which is in Jeffersontown, Kentucky, starting on Thursday. So we're actually heading out Thursday to go represent Barron County as well as the state of Kentucky in the Ohio Valley Regional in Jeffersontown.
And not to put you on the spot here, Drew, but will you guys have any sort of fundraiser, or are you taking any donations to help pay for this? Because I know it's, you know, you want to go. For sure.
Absolutely. So it's kind of short notice, but we would love the community support in that. If anybody would like to give a donation to our ball club, they can contact me and or any of the other coaches or any of the family members that are on the team. We would greatly appreciate that support from our community to help us, take these kids up there.
And so you guys
and have a good time.
Will you be at the office this week?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Gilbert and Gilbert CPAs asked for Drew Thompson. What's the number there?
It is 270-651-3013.
651-3013. So if anybody didn't have a chance to write that down, just know you can look them up on the phone book or in Google. Gilbert and Gilbert CPAs. Drew is a CPA there at Gilbert and Gilbert, and it gives a lot of his time for the youth. And congratulations to the 9 and under team. They're champions representing Barron County. Drew, thank you so much for calling in this morning, and had a lot going on this weekend. I know your voice is a little shot from coaching your heart out, but hey, this is something you'll never forget, and your children will never forget either.
Absolutely. That's exactly the speech we gave to the kids last night. They'll remember this forever, so super proud of them.
All right, Drew. Well, thank you for calling in once again, and you have a fabulous day.
All right, appreciate it, Wes.
Thank you.
That's Drew Thompson, the assistant coach. Head coach Tommy Brown, I think he said Russell Hernandez and a couple others helping coach. And special thanks to all the parents in the community for supporting the Barron County Elite and their 9 and under program. State champions, they'll be going on to the regional championship, which will be in Jeffersontown, Kentucky, Thursday. And again, It does take money and it takes expenses to be able to be in these tournaments, not just this tournament, but all year long. And they've done some fundraisers and things like that. But they would also love to take donations if there's any way that anybody would like to give a little bit of money to support these kids as they go represent Barron County, Kentucky in the regional championship. Congratulations, guys. We'll take a quick break. Coming up next, we'll have a check of local weather and birthdays as well. Stay tuned. You're listening to Good Morning Live. It's 7:29, 73 degrees.
Ugh. I was about to pull my own hair out. I've been driving around for the last hour trying to find a place for me and my kids to get our hair cut on a Saturday morning. I know, good luck, right? Well, don't pull your hair out. Stop in and see our friends down at Heritage 76 Barbershop today. Heritage 76 Barbershop is located right on the Glasgow Square, so it's not difficult to find, so there won't be any driving around looking for a place. You can go right next to the Plaza Theater. You'll see the barber pole right out front. You can stop in and see David, Anthony, and Cody, who have more than 50 years of combined barbershop experience. No problems if you want to stop in on a Saturday as well. They're open from 8 to 3, and you can make an appointment if you want to schedule your time, or you can just show up and walk in with the kids. Either way, you're going to lean back in a professional environment with a big screen TV and 3 barbers who can carry on a conversation and cut hair. Stop in and see Heritage 76 Barbershop, or visit our website, heritage76barbershop.com. Call for an appointment or stop in, but whatever you do, don't pull your hair out driving around on another Saturday. See Heritage 76 Barbershop.
The following weather forecast is brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards and Private Caregiver and Referral Services.
When roles reverse in your later years, when child becomes caretaker and the needs of the parent become most important, it's comforting to know that there's help along the way. Peggy Tuck Edwards would like for you to be informed about Private Caregiver and Referral Services, because sometimes our elders just need a little company and companionship. It's our duty to see that those needs are met, whether in the home or in an assisted living or nursing home facility. Peggy and her network of compassionate caregivers are ready to meet you and your loved one's needs. Call 270-670-7062, 270-670-7062, 270-670-7062.
Storms on this Monday will be of the scattered variety, but we could see some heavy rain, maybe some gusty winds. Flooding may be a concern. We have seen some of the early fog, mostly cloudy skies. We are headed up to 88. Tonight, we back it down to a stray shower thunderstorm, and we drop the temperature back to 72 degrees. We turn partly cloudy. Tuesday, isolated showers and thunderstorms in the early part of the day. Early clouds giving way to sunshine, afternoon high 88. Mostly sunny Wednesday. Jeff Eno from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. Let's go ahead and take a look at the constant coverage in-studio radar and see where that rain that is southwest of us currently. Let's see how close it is now. Okay, so now it's moving up towards Nashville, and it does seem to be taking on a direct path towards us. It could perhaps slide a little bit southeast of us, but nonetheless, the way that it's scattering off little by little, with about every 20 minutes, it seems like it scatters off a little bit more. So let's just hope we don't get the worst of it. But again, showers and thunderstorms are likely today. Keep that in mind as you're making your travels. But again, that's right there in Middle Tennessee and Murfreesboro right now. The rest of it staying north and east of us. Looking at the current conditions, we're at 94% humidity. Winds are calm, and the barometer is at 30.0. Precipitation is at 14/100ths of an inch in the last 24 hours. More than likely, that's going to be a little bit more when we're talking about this the same time tomorrow. We'll take a quick break and come back with the birthdays. If you have a birthday to announce, you can give us a call here at 270-651-9149. That's 270-651-9149. And we're keeping tabs on the Facebook feed as well. If you'd like to just type it in the comments there, we'll be glad to add those birthdays to the list. 732, 74 degrees now in downtown Glasgow.
I'm right. Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
Of Modern Woodmen of America.
Time is running out to register for Ralphie's European Excursion Day Camp. Get signed up now for the week of July 16th through the 20th for kids entering K through 7th grade. Enjoy daily challenge games including laser tag, bowling, mini golf, time free, and dodgeball, along with wet and wild water games, plus educational projects and adventures. 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. with morning drop-off starting at 7:30. To sign up for day camp the week of July 16th through the 20th, call Robin McMurtry at 670-4431 or Ralphie's at 629-GAME.
Let's take a look at your birthday list for this Monday, July the 16th. Happy birthday to Sherry Jones, Joe Michael Bunch, Amanda Duggar, Nikki Alexander with a birthday today. Also, happy birthday to Whitney Marie, Tracy Bellamy, Virginia Wallace, and Deanne Slinker Phelps. We're celebrating anniversaries today for Roger and Norma Bunch, 58 years for Roger and Norma. We have Wallace and Dixie Nunley, Dick and Kathy Doty with anniversary today. And Brooke and Casey Burris are celebrating 6 years today. 6 years of wedded bliss for Brooke and Casey Burris. That's Casey Burris and Brooke Burris. Our good as gold person of the day today is David Gray Whitty. If you see David Gray Whitty around town, be sure you pat him on the back. Tell him he's good as gold from his friends here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas, where good friends meet for great food and home for the best steaks in town. Online at WCLUradio.com, we received this nomination for David Gray Whitty from Patsy Whitty, who we're assuming is his wife. Patsy writes in and says he's a wonderful husband. He's an awesome dad and a very hardworking, honest guy. And of course, his birthday was last week. We're just now getting around to making him as good as gold, so thank you, Patsy, for that nomination. Shout out to some of the folks watching this morning: Marcia Dillingham, Dr. Jeff Boggs, Jonathan Belcher, Rex Harlow, Robbie Birdsell, Dana De Torre is watching this morning, and so is my mama is watching this morning too. Joe Smith, how you doing? And how you doing, Miss Sublet from over there at Convenience Stop in Horse Cave. Thank you all for tuning in on the Facebook Live. We are glad to be broadcasting to you around the world online at WCLUradio.com and on our Facebook live stream each and every morning, and of course here on WCLU. And happy good morning to you, Shauna Allen. Hey Shauna, how you doing? We'll take a quick break. Going to hear from our friend Mr. Danny White, and we got tidbit news coming up with Aaron Russell. And hey, we've got something else here, Aaron.
Hey man, here, let me turn this monitor down real quick so we don't echo.
You're fine.
So Joe Myers just called and he said, man, I forgot to call in my own anniversary. It's Joe and Darlene's anniversary.
Joe and Darlene.
They're 14th.
14 years, all of them wonderful years for Joe and Darlene. Thank you, Joe, and 14 years. Wow. It seemed like he's old enough to be married for 14 years. But thank you for bringing that to my attention, Aaron. When we come back, Aaron and I are going to do some tidbits with you. Got some good stuff to bring your way, some stuff that's going to make you scratch your head, and some stuff that's going to make you get on the move, so stay tuned.
Are you looking for a new home for your money? Hi.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
In his church, someone will say words such as these: I believe in God and Jesus, but I just can't go to church because there are too many hypocrites who call themselves Christians that go to those churches, and I don't want to be a part of that. Friend, if that summarizes your statements and feelings, let me be very plain. There's a little hypocrisy in everybody, and churches are made up of fallible, flawed human beings. If you won't go to church because there are hypocrites there, how can you go to work, to school, to the grocery, or even out in town? Be consistent or be quiet. What such a statement most likely reveals in a person is the fact that they know there are things in their life that are wrong, but they're unwilling to change those things, or are not willing to allow God to help them change. It's simply a fact that no one can have Jesus without the church. Jesus is the head and the church is the body of Christ. One simply cannot have the head without the body. Jesus is the only hope of salvation. Come on out and go to church with the hypocrites. You'll fit right in. This is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
It's an exciting time.
Check out the deals at Gillyhide Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
No sound. You want to hit K there?
I hit K. It was weird. It was like muted on the other side. Okay. Anyway, I'll show you later. Yeah, we're good now.
Okay. Let's start over.
All right.
All right. Here's the quick version.
Yeah.
It is National Get Out of the Doghouse Day.
Gotcha.
If you're in the doghouse, it's usually with your wife, but it could be a boss or a friend or a coworker or something like that. People who you are usually in contact with that you really want to stay on good terms with.
Yeah.
Especially your wife or your husband.
Oh, yeah.
So, here's some tips on how to get out of the doghouse. One, put down the technology, which I guess we just did since we didn't have sound.
Turn it down.
All right, Marcia, do we have sound back now? Let me know on Facebook feed, Marcia, if we have sound back. I know we're on the radio. So.
Yeah.
It said as if this is on your naughty list, don't use email, texting, or other technology to apologize. A face-to-face or handwritten apology is best when you're in the doghouse and you want to be in the big house.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay. Here's tip number 2. Meet at a favorite coffee house. The purpose here is to start talking. Listen to what the other person has to say and do not be judgmental or defensive. Find out why you're in the doghouse and give suggestions on how to improve or fix that issue. Which is pretty, simple, but, again, you don't send a text message. You go confront them face to face. Or, better yet, if you know why you're in the doghouse, just write them a letter and say, honey, I realize I've not been the best version of myself lately, but it's not because I don't want to be. Thank you for putting up with me. Here's the obvious one. Send flowers, chocolates, or an appropriate gift, and include a handwritten note. Again, this is to let them know that you're committed to fixing the issue. Do this after you've already had that face-to-face confrontation there.
Okay.
You will win extra brownie points if you actually send brownies.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
So, there we go. Marcia says, yes, we have sound. Good morning, Frida. Good morning, Mary Ray, Casey Lyle, Billy Houchins, Donnella Bowles, and Gail Berry. There's my wife watching.
Oh.
Luckily, I don't think I said anything that's going to put me in the doghouse.
No, hopefully not.
All right.
Except now she knows all your strategies to how to get out of it. So.
Of course, the way that story was written, it says, as opposed to being in the doghouse, you want to be in the big house. When I saw that, I thought the big house means jail. And, of course, I was kind of hoping Angela would be here for this, but she's out doing the news this morning. But, we have so many laws. Law after law after law. Most people don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
However, here in the state of Minnesota, they left out a law. And now they've got an embarrassing thing on their hands. Check this out.
All right.
You guys are not going to believe this, but you can confirm it. A man serving a life sentence without parole after being convicted for 2 murders is running for the U.S. Senate. Don't have to clean your ears out. You heard that correctly. His name's Leonard Richards. He's 75, and not just any murder. He was convicted of killing his half-sister in 1982 and shooting his lawyer in 1987.
I'm guessing there was a legal dispute.
So he's at the Stillwater prison. That's in Minnesota, where the law allows felons to run for federal office, but bars them for vying for a state-level office. In other words,
that's good. Can't be governor.
You can't be governor, but you could be a Speaker of the House.
Yeah, you could run. That's awesome.
The sister of Mr. Stratton told the Star Tribune in Minnesota the Secretary of State's office could not keep Richards off the ballot. They just have to put him on there. She wants voters to be informed of Richards' history and intends to ask politicians to change the requirement, stating that even 1 vote for this murderer is too many. And I'll agree with that full-heartedly.
Yeah, I would agree.
Bert Black, a legal advisor for the Minnesota Secretary of State's office, said the courts have ruled that the agency cannot stop a prisoner from filing an affidavit of candidacy. The only valid requirements are that you be of a certain age and that you live in the state on the election day, essentially. That's basically all it takes to run. But Richards is said to be aware of the loophole and has unsuccessfully tried to run for federal office in the past. Previously, in the Democratic primary for a congressional seat in 1992, he ran and he got 14,500 votes.
Oh, my goodness.
He subsequently ran again in 1994 and he got 4,000 votes.
Well, he's going down, but still, why 4,000 people think that's okay?
Right. Not only does it bring into question the requirements to run for office, but perhaps the requirements to vote.
Yeah.
I mean,
he can't vote. Like, even if he wasn't in prison, he's a convicted felon.
Yeah.
Those can't vote.
No.
So he could run for office. He can't even go vote for himself.
Can't even vote for himself. But apparently, like, some 18,500 people have done it before.
Oh, my goodness.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
That's just crazy. So, Aaron, that's what I have for Tidbit News today.
All right.
We're going to say goodbye to our Facebook audience, and we're going to play a few tunes for you to finish out the 8 o'clock hour on to your drive to work. You can call me now if you have a request, and we'll see if we have it. The number is 270-651-9149 if you'd like to have a request, and we'll say goodbye to our Facebook audience. Bye, Facebook. Thanks for being extra engaged today, and thanks for everybody tuning in.
Go on to Twitter and vote in our banana pudding poll.
Yes.
It is up. We have 3 votes so far, 100% cold.
Thank you. Team
100% cold.
Team West, cold pudding.
All right.
Thank you all.
So we'll
That's
check
the
in
way-
with that tomorrow morning. That's when it expires. So.
That's the best way to do it. So again, leave Facebook, head to Twitter, vote cold. How do you like your banana pudding, hot or cold?
Oh, I'm cold. Yeah.
I think we're all bananas this morning, Aaron.
Yeah.
It's just been a banana-filled day.
Yeah.
All right, let's don't slip up.
All
right, 7:48. It's 74 degrees in downtown Glasgow. Couple songs for you if you want to give us a call. We'll get your requests on 270-651-9149.
The Big July